All right, guys, good morning. So I've been really bad about setting up the time lapse and everything, but here is the vegetable garden. So I've got two containers left, the 6 foot one right there and the 6 foot one right there. I'm going to put Brussels sprouts in one and peppers in the other. And then I have to get more containers because I started some more corn plants. I need to start planting out my tomatoes. But yeah, everything's coming along slowly but surely. Actually, I need to get everything some fertilizer. So this is my little cart set up. I found a lot of worms in there, which is good. It means just breaking it down. So it'll be, with some of this though, I think I'm actually going to use it as mulch in the parterre garden. So yeah. Anyway, gotta run back inside. Hey guys, it's Brooke here from The Vintage Gardener. Welcome back to my channel. So today's the third Thursday in the month. And so the third Thursday in the month, my town does a food truck festival. And so it's in the downtown area of the historic, because my town is historic. As you could tell, because I live in a house that's 200 years old. But I used to live in the historic section. So I'm actually going to do, before I get my food, I'm going to actually do a walk around because some people around here do have pretty nice gardens. And when I was living down here, I walked my dog like 3 times a day. And so it was kind of interesting watching people plant stuff because I moved to my current house in 2019. And even though I'm only a mile away, I don't usually come down here that much. But it's just so amazing because things have grown up so much. So I'm just going to do a quick walk around the town before I grab my food, just to see what's blooming in everybody else's garden. Okay, guys, hopefully this won't be bouncing too much. But the first thing we're going to look at is the pollinator garden. So the Pineland Club is the one who set this up, and they take care of it. I know a couple weeks they posted on Facebook that they had done a cleanup. They also put some rain gardens, kind of. Basically, they did plantings to control the runoff with the water. So let me turn the camera around so you guys can see this. Okay, so here is one of the runoff gardens that they did last year. It's a lot of native plants. I see some iris, some irises right there. I forgot what else is in there. They used to have a list of what was in there, and they took it down. So this right here is the pollinator garden. They call it the Rosalind Carter Butterfly Trail. So as you can see, they've got bearded irises. I forgot what that plant is right there. And of course they've got the little lending library thing. So this is an example of a pocket garden. So a pocket garden is it is a historic style garden. So typically you would have a center space like what's right in here, and it's surrounded by plantings. I know in here, actually I don't even remember what they've got in here. I know they've got coneflower. I know they've got some balloon flower in here. I see a lot of weeds. I think they just cleaned it out. I don't think they've planted anything yet. Though I do see that white thing right there that looks like it's some sort of aster. So they do have a board over here that'll tell you what's in here. So let's see. So they have a, I guess you want to do a Jersey friendly garden, they've got a QR code. And I guess what they've got here is swamp milkweed, orange butterfly weed, blue false indigo, which is baptisia, pink turtlehead, chokeberry shrub, white beer tongue. So, a lot of stuff. So if that's what you're looking to do and you're in the state of New Jersey, at least one place the Pineland Garden Club has made it easy for you to do something that is pollinator friendly. So that'll get nice and big and thick in a few weeks. weeks. You know what, guys? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start where my old house was and then walk around. So I'll show you guys the route I used to take when I would walk my dog in the morning. There's this one house, they have like all of these bearded irises, and it had just, they was well established, and every year they would, you know, I think I know they thinned it, but they also like kept spreading them out. And so they would all bloom in a solid mass. It was absolutely glorious. Of course, that's the only thing they had. So once that was bloomed and done, you know, it was kind of desolate. But yeah. So my old house, I do miss the fact that my old house backed to a cemetery. And I know for a lot of people that sounds kind of weird. I liked it because guess what? The neighbors were quiet. It was very quiet. That part I do miss because where I live now, there's a lot, well, it's mostly car noise. I'm hoping that once my bearded, not my bearded, Paris, my hydrangeas get big enough, I'm hoping that they're going to provide a lot of sound barrier. So let me turn the camera around. This is one of the old historic churches. And as you can see, they have this great purple lilac, and it is, it smells so good. I think they had planted these when I had left, but they were so tiny, I didn't even really remember that they were here. So that's, let's see, the sidewalk ends down here, so I need to cross the street. Oh, looks like they've got some tomatoes. I forgot what type of shrub this is. Okay, guys, so this is the cemetery that backed my old house. This is called the Oddfellows Lodge. Let me zoom in on it. That house right there, that's my old house. So, like I said, it was nice and quiet. I actually like walking through the cemetery. Some of the headstones, especially the ones that are older, are so interesting. I always used to imagine stories about the people who were buried there, which I guess probably sounds a little bit weird. But anyway. So let me get back to Main Street. So guys, this is a little garden that's owned by the, oh goodness, what's the name of the place? Mystic Moon, I think. I used to have herbs in here. It's a little overgrown right now, but it was a cute little cottage garden. Oh yeah, it was Mystical Blossoms, that's what it's called. So, I see some, it looks like snowdrops back there. Or lily of the valley, I'm sorry. So, okay guys, so this is my old street. So the neighbor at the corner always has a bunch of like limelight hydrangeas, or Annabelle hydrangeas, probably more likely. And so that was always nice. And they also had roses too, the knockout variety. They had a lot of them removed though. And apparently they got a dog. So I see one of my old neighbors out. I'll probably say hello, so. Okay, so this is my neighbor's house. This is a up-to-date, brand new Victorian. They always had really nice landscaping, and they got rose bushes that they cut back. Ooh, and their peony bush is so huge. And this was my old house. And so they don't take care of the garden like they should. But it looks like they got a wood-burning stove. So the entire front yard was, actually the entire garden was pretty much just overrun with weeds. And it's just very sad to see because it was so So cute and well taken care of when I had it. Because I see that thing on the side. Um, it's very unfortunate. I got that little shed, put it in the back. Anyway, so this is how I would typically start my walk with my dog. Trying to think where they, ooh, took a big tree down. So, anyway, it's kind of sad to see my former garden go like that. But yeah, so this is the route I would usually take with my dog in the morning. So down that little thing is a creek. So we'll walk down there so you guys can see it. Okay guys, so this is a tributary of the Rancocas Creek. And in the morning, a lot of times I would just take my dog. Sometimes I would, oh no, actually at lunchtime I would take him through that little path. But in the morning I was always coming this way. So, and this brings you up to that cemetery. It's one thing I do not like about living here is that people like to walk with their dogs off leash. And they always say, oh, my dog is friendly. But of course, every time I was walking with my dog, they always decided to rush my dog. And then usually a fight broke out. So anyway, when I'm approaching a dog, I always stop because everyone's like, oh, my dog is friendly. And that's true until it's not and you get bitten. So, and not to mention, especially when I see dogs that are clearly have pit bull in them, it's just one of those things that you just have to be careful because you just never know. So anyway, I'm walking around the cemetery and this was my typical thing that I did with my dog. There is a driving path back here, like I'm on the gravel road, but then there's a canoe launch that's opposite of where the camera's going. And I really never saw too many people use it just because there's so many drop points into the creek. But yeah. Okay, so I always like this little Cape Cod, and they put a cute little vegetable garden in with some cattle panel walkway down the center. They did that during COVID, but a lot of people took up gardening during COVID. So this house over here is owned by an older woman, who, I wonder if they're not well, because he was always out here with his little lawnmower. And this property back here, it's an old farmhouse. There is a vegetable garden. You can see through there. And I think right there, I think those are like fruit shrubs, like blueberry bushes or maybe raspberry bushes. There seems to be a lot of trees that got taken down. This house right here has always been, as far as when I was living here, down here, which was 2016, was always abandoned. Okay. So you know what, we're gonna zigzag through the town, guys. So this house has always had a nice little garden. I forgot when this house was built, but as you can see, they've got a shade garden. This house coming up, the wife loves to garden. As a matter of fact, I stopped and talked to her because she knew where I lived and she had seen my fountain and that sort of thing. They purchased it, I think, right before I purchased my house, and it was very, very overgrown. I wish I had pictures of before. They cleared it all the way back to the small, and they've replanted it. And I can see they've got a vegetable garden way back there. I think they took a tree down because it used to be a lot more shady. But yeah. And we're up back at the corner where the old church is. This house didn't really have much by way of gardening, but it's okay. It was always nice and neat. Okay, so we're gonna go down the street and zigzag back around. Okay, I always loved this house. I think this one was built in 1871. They have a lot of, I don't know if these are lime, I don't think these are limelights. I think there's the Annabelle hydrangeas, which are very beautiful. That tree has gotten so big. I'm not really sure what it is. They have a pool and everything. One year they had a wedding at the house. It was really nice. I mean, I didn't see the pictures, but everyone looked like they were having a good time. So this house was built on 1840. And I like going down this little side street right here. Okay, so this garden is definitely like overgrown now. Whoever had it used to keep it in much better order. These shrubs have definitely gotten a lot bigger because you could actually see into the backyard. Okay, so we're just gonna walk down to the cemetery and then go around. So this is one of the other cemeteries in my town. There's like 5 cemeteries in the historic section, which really isn't that surprising. But I always liked this house. They have, I think that's a 2-acre lot, if I remember correctly. I can't remember when it was built though, but it's very modern. I saw they had it for sale at one point, and I saw what it looked like on the inside. It was pretty nice. And so we're approaching the house with the bearded irises. So guys, I forgot when this house was built, but the lady that used to own that house now works at Dambly's Garden Center. And they added a fountain. Ooh, that wasn't there before. That's pretty. Okay, so now we're going, oh, this is the house with the bearded irises. They took the gate down and they removed a lot of the bearded irises, if that's the same people that owned it, which I couldn't tell. And it looks like a lot of people, it looks like there's been a number of houses in the area that have sold and new people are moving in. Because like, for example, this house right here has gotten a facelift, like they, you know, this has been cleaned out. There's just a lot of changes, which is not bad. I mean, it's an improvement. Now this side of the street always looked really nice. Like there is a lot of slope in this section. So like, for example, right there, they've got terraces, which is always nice. Oh, here's another cemetery. Ooh, that house over there has gotten a definite facelift. It was not, it was kind of ratty looking actually. Oh, I'll stop filming. It's like, oh, you know what? Wait, hold on a second. One of these houses, there's just one man I used to see every day when I was walking my dog. My dog never liked him. And to be quite honest, he could be a bit of an idiot. He saw me at my new house, and when I was walking down here for a food truck festival, said something to me about, I guess, the scale of my garden. He wasn't a fan, and of course I could care less because it's my garden. It is, hang on, there's a lot of bicyclers down here. I think it was that house right there, the tan one. They did a lot of work to it. It looks really nice. But yeah. Okay, so this house up here. Ooh, that hedge is dying. Oh, that's unfortunate. But this house right here, the people who used to live there, well, the wife at least, was from Britain. Her name is Trini. And so they have this hedge of hollies. And I think a lot of people haven't started mowing yet. But anyway, she was always out here doing something. Okay, well, they changed this up because they put a opening in the hedge for a gate or a fence. That's a hairpin iron fence. And they do have a section of garden directly behind the house, which is on the other road. So if I get a chance, I'll walk down the other road because sometimes you can see a little bit of it. It's from when they had the house on sale. It was actually kind of pretty. They have a lot of shade garden plants like hostas and stuff in here. Well, at least they did. This house right here had a yard full of ivy, and somebody got it all out. God bless them. It's got some tulips. Ooh, that's gonna be so pretty. Wow, this was definitely not here. This house has been repainted. Ooh, I love those lights. They're pineapples. That is really cute. I need to replace the lights out front of my house. Ooh, and I love how they did this. I wonder where they got that light from. But it's a duplex. It's two houses in one. Now, guys, the house we're coming up to on the corner, I jokingly refer to as my nemesis. She has a beautiful garden in the back, and she gets a lot of trespassers. Look at this, guys. All the bearded irises are up and everything. So her name is Debbie, and oh, I was like, what is that? That's those people's dog. Those people's dogs just like running down the side of the road behind everybody. But so she waters her stuff by hand. She has a very successful vegetable garden, and she has actually a lot of shade. They planted some evergreens that are actually pretty tall. So she said she's not going to set up drip tubing in irrigation because it's not necessary. And quite frankly, if I had as much shade in near my vegetable garden as she did, I would too. But I have like unremitting sun. My stuff bakes. So anyway, it is time to get some food. Hey guys, don't forget to join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. I am going to be doing some seed starting for fall. I'm going to be starting some perennials and probably a few vegetables because I need to take advantage of the heat of summer to get everything sprouted so that I can have some things like carrots and that sort of thing for fall. Also, there are some perennials I want to start now because I think if I start them now and get them growing a little bit, they'll bloom in the spring. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. Don't forget.